Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about how not wearing underwear can actually make your penis bigger. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. And of course, follow me on my social media. I go by, Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm Young Dago. And yeah, in this video, we're going to have some fun here. We're going to talk about how, something as simple as not wearing your underwear can actually make your penis bigger. And that's one of my main focuses here on this channel, to make you your best version. I help people make their penises bigger, wider, thicker, longer, stronger, and harder. And yeah, wearing your underwear, it's just one of those things that, might just not really be on your mind of why you even do it, or just kind of an autopilot mindset of, you just feel like you need to do it. A wise man once told me, underwear is a sign of weakness. Just means you're afraid you're going to shit your pants. Now, opinions vary on hygienic reasons of why you wear them, but the main thing that I can say is, you even got, Taoist practices about like Wu Wei, and what that basically is about, it's about Chi and flow. And if you're wearing underwear that's too tight, it's going to restrict, your flow. It's going to get in your way, and that's just no good for nobody. So, I don't, I want to think that there isn't too many people wearing, tight underwear, that was born past 1980. But you never know. There's a lot of, ins and outs, and there's a lot of people on this beautiful place, and who knows, what I mean? So, be as it may, the Wu Wei is about just having your own flow. And, like if you're having some underwear down there that's restricting blood flow and, just keeping you all tight and, packed up, and that's just not going to help you breathe, because that piece of meat needs to be swinging in between the knees, nice, huge, and heavy, and having it just, bunched up in a pair of, tighty whities especially, or any type of bikini underwear is just, no good. And, you might be wearing like boxer briefs or whatever, and that pretty much is all it really is just long underwear. It's the same thing at the end of the day. I feel that. And then you got people that wear just straight up boxers, and that's just something that, they bunch up if you're going to wear pants, and that's just no good. Unless you're wearing baggier pants, but, with the styles and how things go about, it's just something that gets in the way. So I would say, forget about underwear, period. The only time that I wear underwear is if that's what I'm wearing. If I'm wearing underwear to, be at the beach or wherever I'm at for that day, or that's my outfit for that, for that particular time. And I know that, to each their own, that might not flow with the way you go, and I totally understand that. But the main thing that you got to just keep, in mind is, you just got to make sure that it's not, restricting you down there. And especially if you're wearing tight pants, like, it's like I go commando or whatever, as they call it. But, if you're wearing too tight of pants, that's no good either. It's like, you got that constricted feeling. I like to have them, swinging, have that feeling. You want to be able to, keep yourself, keep it breathing down there. And of course, there's like science beliefs and, doctors that will tell you, other things, like it can actually increase sperm count by, not wearing restricted pants or underwear or anything of that nature. And, so that's something that you should, be, aware of. And I know not everybody out there is looking for, having a higher sperm count, but to me it's definitely something that's important if you want to be the ultimate version of everything you can. That's your life-giving seed. It's, pretty much natural fertilizer that can, be benefited, tremendously in you if you utilize it, properly. I got videos on, why eating your seed is actually a beautiful thing to do. and why I choose to do it. And I could just tell you that I don't waste my loads. I do semen retention, and that's one of the things that Mantak Chi likes to preach when he talks about you in your certain age groups need to not ejaculate. And I got videos of why I don't, and it's been helping me tremendously in my life. So it's basically like you can have sex, masturbate. I do masturbation for manifestation, and you just don't ejaculate. And I know people might be like, that's crazy, like what's the point? And I feel like if you're just having sex or masturbating to get to release, just to release, you're missing out on a huge part of what sex and masturbation and all that can actually be. So that's something to be mindful of. And like I said, Mantak Chi is from China, it's from the East. He's got charts about, people in their 20s should wait every 4 days before they ejaculate. In their 30s, it's like 6 days. And by the time you're 60, it's like once a month. Asia chopped the chart in half. That's the way I look at it. They do things twice as hard as people in the West. So I like to just think that, and of course, every load to me isn't created equal. So it's like, how can you say that okay, you blew one load and now you gotta wait 4 days? I don't agree with that, you know what I mean? So unless it's an aligned release where you actually had everything lined up, your chi was completely charged, and you had that earthquake and body shake and just have an explosion where everything just erupted, and you gotta actually have time to recover, then that totally makes sense. But you are your own meter, you know where you stand with that. It's just a good practice, as Mantak Chi would say, just hold in your seed, man, and it's something that will help you out tremendously. So you guys can look that up. But we're talking about here is about basically something as simple as just keeping it flowing down there. You don't want to have anything get in the way. Tight underwear is no good. And I know, like back in, way back when, if you had like an old school dad or something, he might have been wearing the tighty whities or BVDs every day. And, you have the chocolate streaks in them. Or I don't even want to say that, but, it's just like, basically, back then, like when you were just working every day, it was like, like I guess extra toilet paper for you because you're wearing one pair of blue jeans and you're just changing out the tighty whities every day to keep the jeans clean. And that's just pretty much what I've seen, growing up through what I've seen. And of course, there's a whole bunch of things that I've been through. And one of the key things that I find in my life that helps me out is sleeping naked. Of course, I like being naked in general, And it's what I'm doing right now. I mean, what are we talking? I mean, being naked is being comfortable, and that's what it all comes down to, being comfortable in your own skin. So, sleeping naked would definitely be a huge, like, game changer and a start for anybody that wants to just, at least learn, at least be more comfortable in their body, because when you sleep naked, it's just, it keeps keeps the meat flowing and swinging, and helps you just be able to, breathe and actually be comfortable in your own skin and just know who you are. And, sleeping naked will definitely make your penis bigger. That's a guarantee. You're going to wake up, splitting the sheets, and, that's a beautiful thing, and you know what I mean? And you definitely start with sleeping naked. And then you can transcend that into not wearing underwear, or at least wearing underwear that isn't too tight on you, and you're definitely going to find some huge benefits with that. It's just something that I noticed in my life, man. It would be a huge game changer for you. And like just thinking about what, like, what it's doing to your balls. Some people might be like, I need the support down there. What about gravity? What about this, that, and the other? And you just got to try things, man. At least give it a shot for a few days, see how you feel. And I remember there was a crazy episode on Seinfeld, where gonna go off on a tangent for a second. I just remember, Kramer was having a problem with his underwear, and he was, wearing jockeys or whatever every day, and then all of a sudden he just started wearing boxers. They bunched up, and then he went commando, and Jerry and Elaine are looking at him. He's like, "You mean to tell me that all that's between Kramer and his boys is a thin layer of corduroy?" And they're all like freaked out, and it's kind of funny when you look at it like that, and how far society has come, and being able to just become, there's a lot more freedom in this day and age than, more now than ever, and I think that's a beautiful thing, and you should definitely use that to your advantage to definitely just do away with some things, and that's where the most growth can occur. Stepping outside of your comfort zone is definitely, where growth is, and then, doing away with things that get in your way, and that's like part of like karma. You get rid of your underwear, you're going to karmically charge what's going on down there. Just like, how they say that if you're wearing too tight underwear, it can restrict, your seed or whatever, and, that's something to be mindful of. Like, you want to do good for yourself, you want to do good for your seed, because, if you're keeping your chi, the wu wei, you're keeping your seed chart, you're keeping, you're taking good care of your testicles, your balls, you're definitely going to have, a beautiful karma in that area of your life. And yeah, I know it might sound silly because it's on you, it's just like, what do you mean? It's just talking about taking care of your balls. It's like, yeah, you got to take care of them. You got to make sure that you put love in every area of who you are. Because we're all from the stars, man. This place is magic. This is a beautiful place. And you really just got to understand that, something as simple as doing, taking away the clothes. I'm a huge advocate on being naked. It's just something that I definitely love to, puts me in my state of being. And of course, you don't want to be around people that don't want to see it around, and that's why, your vibe attracts your tribe, and you can go, find places that, you don't have to worry about wearing clothes. And of course, you gotta respect those that do, and just you want to have that the proper, the proper karma in your life. You know what I mean? It's like, obviously you're not just gonna run down, certain streets naked or whatever, but there's certain places and certain times where you should be able to just let it flow. And I'm really a huge advocate about being naked in nature. And I feel like, why should a beach have a dress code? I mean, it's an ocean. It's like, come on now. It shouldn't be an issue to just be able to have, that freedom where you can just swim and feel, just feel it for what it is, man. And that's a beautiful thing. So if you're ever able to just jump into a body of water, naked, that's something that you should definitely try. And being outside naked, if you're blessed to have, an area where you can go where, nobody's gonna care, or like, because usually the most issue is, within here, man. You are your own, you're the one that's gonna get in your own way with that. But of course, if you're living in an apartment in a city, or, however, wherever, whenever, everybody's got their own stories that they're telling them, and their own situations that they're in, and how they're living. But definitely try to find time to, get naked, and we'll definitely help you out down there. That's for sure. I mean, that's what I'm going with this channel, is, helping you become more confident with your body, helping yourself be more in touch with who you are. And it's not just about, making, my main dedication is making your penis bigger, thicker, wider, longer, stronger, and hotter. And that's what, it's one of my main, that's my main goals here. But I really want you to be comfortable and confident in who you are. And if you guys, do want some extra help, you guys can sign up, get in the Big Cock Consciousness, the Big Cock Collective. We help each other along the way, and we give positive affirmations, and I help you with masturbation manifestations, and I'll definitely give you, special, one-on-one with exercise, and of course, I can give you tips on how to eat and all that kind of thing, and any type of, area that has to do with fitness or making yourself grow down there. That's what I'm about, because, I find that fitness to me, starts at the root, starts at the ground up, and it starts with your cock, man. So fitness starts with your cock, and it expands out throughout your body. You know, I feel a lot of bodybuilders, they definitely are counterproductive in this because, you know, they shut it down synthetically. You know, they're relying, or they shut down the natural production and they rely on the synthetics, and that is just no good. You know, that's why a lot of these guys, you know, they might have the huge muscles, but, you know, their pouches on stage, you know, and their bikinis that they're wearing, you know, they really ain't they ain't impressing, you know, to each their own. But all I'm just saying is, if you're going to be big and huge, you want to have, you know, a big piece of meat hanging down at your knees. That's at least the way that I see things in my aesthetic visions, and that's where I'm heading, and that's what I see, and that's what I know. So anybody that's trying to grow, you know, I feel like starting right there as a man is, you know, one of the best things that you can do. And that's why I feel, you know, being aware of your testicles and, you know, massaging them, and, you know, definitely, you know, doing edging, Kegels, and semen retention, and charging your chi is definitely the way to be. You're gonna you know, you're gonna see yourself, you know, grow more. You're gonna see more testosterone, human growth hormone, and it's gonna be from a natural place, or, you know, more or less from a divine place. Because I feel that, you know, we are all divine beings, and, you know, relying on science all the time, I mean, that's, you know, science is beautiful, I'll say that, but when you're looking in divinity and divine nature, you got to understand that some things just can't be proven, and you got to just go off intuition and, you know, belief. And, you know, there's a thing called knowing, and when you know, that's when you grow. So you got to know that you're, you know, that you're a beautiful person. You got to know that you got a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees. You got to know that you're gonna, you know, be everything and more, because, you know, we're more than this, man. There's more to this place, and this place is a beautiful gift. It's magic. Every day that you wake up is beautiful. So, I mean, anybody that's listening right now, you know, just take that breath, and any day that you're breathing, man, that's the best day that you're seeing, the best day that you're living. And I want you guys to just really appreciate where you are, man. So, you know, anything that you can say about, you know, that you just feel grateful about, go ahead and comment it down. You know, it's a beautiful thing to do. We can supercharge your affirmations. You want to, you know, feel the magic and make yourself grow. That's what we do here. And, you know, we're talking about, you know, being your best version, man. So definitely, you know, learn how to be naked. You know, forget about restricted flow with, you know, your woo way of wearing too much underwear or too tight underwear. And, you know, just find that, you know, find more reasons to get naked is all I'm saying, man. Get out there and, you know, let the sun hit you, let the sun hit the guns, hit your cannon, and you're gonna feel, you're gonna definitely feel like blasting, man. Because, like, you know, like they say, you know, the sunshine causes growth, and when you're able to have the sun on your skin, you know, keeping the skin glowing, hair flowing, it's a beautiful thing, man. So get out there and, you know, experience some nature in the nude, man. I'm a huge advocate on that. And like I said, man, if you guys, you know, need some help along the way, I'm a spiritual coach, I'm a mentor, and, you know, get in my inbox. You know, follow me on the social media. There's going to be a whole bunch more, you know, beautiful experiences that we have here, and, you know, a whole bunch of deep dives. And, you know, this was just more or less just something that was on my mind, and just letting the universe manifest the message in the way of Wu Wei, and just letting you know that, you know, sometimes you gotta take the clothes away, take the underwear away, just let it flow. It's a beautiful thing. So, like I said, with that, I'm gonna, you know, close this segment here, and like I said, make sure you follow me on the social media, and, you know, I'll be seeing you guys around. You guys are beautiful. I love you guys. Peace.